Whitney is the name of an indie folk band from Chicago. They were formed in 2015, so I'm fairly impressed that over that period of time they've managed to release 4 albums, especially given the way things have been over COVID and lockdown and stuff for a few of those years. I'm also fairly impressed with the fact that they've got 8 members. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the first album by Whitney, and it's my first encounter with them as a band, and with this album as an album, of course. And I would cautiously describe this as acoustic folk rock. There are occasional bits of electric guitar in here. The thing that's unusual about, if you were kind of thinking it in those terms, is that there's also brass in here as well. So some of the tracks are more contemplative, some of them are more upbeat. And as I was reading up on it in Wikipedia, I found it a little bit confusing because I like to know who's done what. I like to know what instruments are in there and kind of have a look. And everybody who's involved is just listed as either performer or additional performer, so you get no idea from that. The guy who's singing, whoever that is, has a fairly odd but distinctive voice. I'm not a huge fan of it, but you do get used to it. It's a bit like he's trying to sing like this a bit. It makes the words a little bit indistinct, and possibly that's the reason why I didn't really pick up on the words particularly. Musically, I found it okay. I quite like the gentleness. I enjoyed the addition of the brass. My favourite track, interestingly, was an instrumental track, which definitely featured the brass, which is called Red Moon. So I would describe it as being kind of maybe just a couple of steps left of centre in terms of not being quite on the mainstream. It was mildly engaging. I quite enjoyed it. As I said, I didn't really pick up what many of the songs were about. So it was all right. What do you think? Please talk to me through the comments box. That's it from me for now.